We're live.
Hello, good morning, and a very cold welcome from Warwick. Paul, where are you?
Warwick.
Sarah?
Somewhere on a motorway. No, I'm just put into Hopwood Park.
Oh, bless you. So this is the 10 o'clock news from the EV Café, brought to you this week by EV Civil Solutions, who have an aspiration to deliver net zero civil engineering. I'm John Curtis, and today I'm joined by, you know, the news hounds, Paul and Sarah. So get a cuppa and buckle up for the latest in sustainability news. Now, before I start, just a quick mention for the new coal mine to be opened in Cumbria. Great news for jobs, dreadful news for the planet, and there are jobs in sustainability that can easily provide the energy we need for steelmaking without mining and burning stuff. Dear UK government, sort your life out. Anywho.
So, we interrupt this news podcast. Breaking news that two of our number of the EV Cafe were awarded a special EV Champion Award. Green Fleet said that they broke the rules that they normally abide by to award John Curtis with Green Fleet Champion of 2022, along with our own esteemed Sam Clark. So it's great, and we want to say congratulations to John and Sam. Back to the newsroom.
Amazing. Congratulations again.
You unspeakable toad. Thank you. The proposed acquisition of LeasePlan by ALD Automotive has now been approved by both the European Commission and the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. The CMA launched an investigation into the proposed merger of the FN50 vehicle leasing giants in September. It's now given the merger the green light, as has the European Commission. The major fear was the loss of competition in key European markets, but ALD has divested itself of operations in those markets. Other leasing companies are available, not a stone's throw from this broadcast. No names, no pack drill, no Vuna and GridServe. Moving on. Electric car charging is still cheaper than petrol and diesel, and drivers are urged to use a new tool provided by the AA, one of our founder partners. It's launched its new monthly AA EV Recharge Report, analysing the pay-as-you-go pricing across all charge point speeds available on the public charging network, as well as domestic charging costs. The report takes the average prices of more than 6,000 publicly available electric vehicle charging units across the UK, which is about 1/5, so it's a really representative sample. It's been done to help drivers understand the cost of charging and to help them determine the speed of charge needed while on the road. Get on the AA website, search for the AA EV Recharge Report, and you will find it. The November report confirms that domestic charging is still cheapest. Shock, even with prices at government's capped levels. The data also shows that domestic charging is half the price of ultra rapid options. On average, slow chargers cost 12.6p per mile, or £33.26 to charge to 80% at the average price. Despite being up to 15 kilowatts faster, fast chargers cost just 11.5p per mile, and more than £3 cheaper than slow chargers, which baffles me. It really does. Anyway, those are the facts. For those that don't have any form of personal dedicated off-street charging, running a diesel can be cheaper than having an electric car. But in contrast, with all but ultra rapid chargers, petrol is more expensive on a pence per mile basis at 14.62 pence per mile. An EV drivers using a combination of domestic charging and ultra-rapid top-ups is cheaper than running a petrol or diesel car. It's still a fact, isn't it, Pablo?
It is. Of course it is. It is testing times. There's no question about it. You do need to do your numbers and think about where and when you're charging and, mitigating all of those really high DC charging costs, some of over 60p. Leah is saying she might need a spreadsheet. I'm with you on that. You really need to have a good think about it. But yes, and challenging for van fleets as well, particularly, of course, because they are struggling to know where to charge and be effective because they can't necessarily always charge at home. They're having to charge on street and so on. What do you think, Sarah?
Well, as you know, it costs me more than the most, but that's why I went for a wrapped-in lease. So the charging at Tesla is included in the car, so I don't really have to worry about it. So occasionally I get stung. Yesterday, I was very grateful to be stung. It was 75p, but it didn't matter. It was -4 degrees. I had 0 left. Like, I was just so grateful it was there. So I think we have to accept that EV charging costs so that we can maintain it. That's the problem. That's the errors of the past we need to learn from. We need to pay for the maintenance, I suppose. But a fair the home versus outside charging, so the VAT still bothers me. I think a good solution for in the meantime is better apping. Hashtag better apping, that tells us what the price is very, very clearly with real-time updates, and also variable pricing throughout the day. If you're on a renewable tariff, CPOs, then that should really theoretically be possible soon.
And if anybody wants to sort out charging, Sarah Sloman's your girl. Yeah. Building, and Paul as well. Paul, if it's
no, I was pointing to Sarah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Sarah with the hair, the one with the hair. She's good. Yeah. Now, speaking of vans, Ford are building on its commitment to grow an all-electric vehicle range. Ford has invested a further 125 million in its Halewood plant on Merseyside, increasing capacity by 70%, plus 24 million in the supporting ePrime product development centre. The announcement takes total investment in enabling Halewood's transformation to an EV component plant to almost 380 million pounds. The latest investment, which includes government support from UK Export Finance through their Export Development Guarantee, will help safeguard the 500 high-value Ford jobs at Halewood and upskill them for Ford's EV future. Halewood's new power unit capacity today raised from 250,000 to 420,000 units a year. That's almost an increase of 70%, which means that 70% of the 600,000 EVs which Ford will sell in Europe a year by 2026 will be powered from Halewood. That's amazing, Paul. And it was a great night for Ford last night with the e-Transit.
You see, Halewood is a great place. I grew up going to Halewood all my life, got on the number 78, stopped off at the dog's home, and there got off. That's just by the Ford factory, but I won't do any more of that because it's probably insulting.
God.
All hail Halewood. That's
all hail Halewood. No, Ford won the best LCV with the Ford eLCV Transit. So that was good news for them, and it obviously uses some of that technology that you've been talking about, and hopefully the batteries will be coming from Halewood and so on like that. So that'd be great news.
And another great news from Liverpool was that Maxus have opened their new headquarters in Liverpool for their range of electric vehicles. And last night, Mark Barrett from Maxus Harris said that the Maxus range will be purely moving to EV. None of that dirty diesel nonsense.
They're
it's
absolutely
a brilliant
bunch. Maxus players, so good.
Absolutely brilliant last night, and superb vehicles. The T90 pickup truck. Who doesn't want one of those?
We've been in it, haven't we? Before we did it at the London EV show. Is that the one, right? Is that the one we went in? Yeah.
She's good, you know. If you need a vehicle review, ask Sarah. Now then, e-scooters, they're a bit of a topical number at the moment. DOTT is testing a selection of e-scooter sounds developed by researchers at the University of Salford and in partnership with the Royal National Institute for Blind People. The tests mark the next phase of a project which so far has resulted in the development of 3 potential sounds to increase awareness of e-scooters. Well, I was going to ask if you've got a noise of your own, Sarah, that you'd like to add to an e-scooter.
Having spent a number of years driving a 49cc moped, I used to keep the helmet on and go, which is basically the noise that it makes. So hopefully it's that noise.
That's a wonderful noise. Paul, do you have any noise for the e-scooter?
No, but I think it's very important. I think it's very important. Guide Dogs for the Blind have been campaigning for a long time around, particularly
ride e-scooters.
Huh?
Dogs can't ride e-scooters.
No, but the Guide Dogs for the Blind, they're the people that look after blind people, right? And so blind people need the things to make a noise. So it's the same for cars and same for vans and same for, they need to make a noise. And so it's really important, and that should be dealt with very quickly.
And the other thing which is He hasn't got one. The other thing which is really, really important is that e-scooter riders should have to wear helmets by law. It is utterly madness that these people can whiz around and come off the scooter and hurt themselves. Stop it. Anyway, finally, I hosted the Green Fleet Awards last night with comedian Gary Delaney, and it was quite a night. Hey, guys?
It was quite a night.
Yeah, massive congratulations to our great friend Lorna McAteer from National Grid for winning the top award, and to everyone who picked up coveted glassware. That's basically me and Sam. The EV Café are having their Christmas party on Wednesday, next Wednesday, the 14th of December. You can join us by registering on Zoom. Hopefully somebody will be able to put the link in the chat box. Paul, that's you.
Yes, I will.
Thanks, mate. We'll be joined by Joe Vickers from Enterprise to talk about their recent Mental Health and Wellbeing Award. And you will get a chance to join the panel live as we chat all things EV with our most important guests, you, because we're going to invite you on to come and talk to us. Tell us what your issues are. Tell us what's been great. Tell us what you're looking forward to. Come and play with the EV Cafe. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did. Special Christmas messages from all of our sponsors too. So the AA will be there, Geotab will be there, Interval, EV Civils, and the other one, My Energy. There we go. I knew it. I usually do My Energy first. That's why. But anyway, I'm looking forward to a ho 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 from Edmund King. Yes.
Oh, indeed. Now, Sarah, have you?
Our letter to Santa, so it's not too late to get your Christmas wishes in. It'll be an ode to the EV industry.
Brilliant. Really looking forward to that. Now then, if you've got any clean transport PR or news stories that you'd like us to cover, please send them to hello@evcafe.org, and we'll do our best to read out your stories to our audience so that everybody knows just how fabulous the EV industry is. Until next Friday. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Paul. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from them. This has been an EV Cafe production brought to you this week by EV Civil Solutions. Other sustainability news services are available, but this is just
Banner!
The EV Cafe News is consulted upon by our new partner, Eden 7, regulated by Big Stuart Interval, Sparky from My Energy, Tucker from the AA, installed by EV Civils and monitored by Geotab. The news is performed by professionals. Please do not try this without a rub down from a polar bear in a tutu. Any query regarding the accuracy of the news should be addressed to Santa Claus, care of the ever-shrinking North Pole. Until next week, goodbye.
Bye. You can talk now, Paul. We're still live.
I